My Senator and Me, A Dog's Eye View of Washington, D.C. If you want to serve your country, Washington, D.C. is a good place to be. Washington is the capital of the United States. The President lives there. The Supreme Court works there. Congress, made up of the House of Representatives and the Senate, meets there. And they all try to make our country a better, fair, safer place for people and animals. I know a lot about the Senate because I work there too, always at the side of my senator. His name is Edward M. Kennedy. My name is Splash. Let me explain. The only way to become a senator is to be elected by the people of your home state. My senator's home is Massachusetts. It's where he grew up and went to school. It's where he likes to go sailing and spend time with his family. The wonderful people of Massachusetts have elected and re-elected him to the Senate for more years than I can even count. If you are a senator, you have a lot of responsibility. You probably know hundreds of people, thousands, maybe tens of thousands. But are these people your true and loyal friends? There's an old saying, if you want a friend in Washington, get a dog. A few years ago, my senator decided to do just that. My senator and his wife wanted to find a special dog to become part of their family, so they drove to a farm in Virginia where a family raised Portuguese water dogs. Portuguese water dogs are strong and smart. They are excellent swimmers and, for centuries, have helped fishermen on their boats. They are very loyal dogs, and they have a lot of love to give. The senator and his wife saw many dogs on the farm. Each one had a different personality. One was rowdy, one played in the mud, one liked to sunbathe, one sat alone. And one dog stood out from all the others. He was a leader. He walked with confidence and looked after the other dogs. He was very well behaved, but he also knew how to have fun. His real name was Champion Amigos 7th Wave. But because he loved the water, everyone called him Splash, and that dog was me. I walked right up to the senator and nuzzled his leg. It was love at first sight for me, and for him too. He rubbed me behind the ears and admired my curly black coat. "Feels as soft as a lamb," he said. We went over to a stretch of grass and played fetch. "Splash runs like a champ and never gives up," my senator remarked. "I think I've found the right dog." On the drive back to Washington, I sat in the back seat. I couldn't wait to see my new home. "Look at that, Splash!" My new family talked to me the whole way. They pointed out the White House, where the President lives, the Kennedy Center, where people go to hear music, see plays, and watch the ballet. I was named for my senator's brother, John F. Kennedy, who was the 35th President of the United States and a great supporter of the arts. The Lincoln Memorial, where millions of people from all over the world go to remember Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President who led our country during the Civil War. The Washington Monument, built to honor George Washington, the first President of the United States. And finally, the Capitol, where Congress meets to decide what's best for the country. "That's where I work, Splash," my senator said. "Pretty soon, you'll be going there too." It took me a little while to get used to all the traffic and the people in Washington, D.C., but now I know the city like the back of my paw. A little while ago, we added another Portuguese water dog to our family. Her name is Sunny, and she's a lot younger than I am. I'm teaching her everything she needs to know about Washington. Every morning at 6:40 a.m., I'm the first one up in the house. I shake my body, and the tags on my collar jingle, waking the whole family. After breakfast, it's time to leave for the office. My senator and I work at the Russell Senate Office Building, just across the street from the Capitol. To get into the building, everyone has to walk through the metal detector. Even me. When the Capitol policeman sees me, he grins. "Hi, Splash," he says. I wag my tail to say hi back. I love all the attention I get in Washington, but I try not to let that slow me down. My senator and I have too much to do in a day. "Let's go to work, Splashy," the senator says. At 8:45 sharp, we arrive at the office. Soon, the senator's staff comes in for the morning meeting. Today, they are discussing an education bill, that is, an idea for a new law that will help students and their teachers. "The Senate has voted to approve our education bill," one staff member says. "Our bill will make schools safer, let them hire more teachers, and even put a computer in every classroom." "But the House of Representatives passed a different education bill," says another staff member. "This is a problem." "Well, there's no time to lose," says the senator. "We need to meet with members of the House immediately and work out the differences between the two bills. The school children are counting on us." Suddenly, the senator's assistant reminds him that he has a press conference in the Capitol at 10 a.m. A press conference in the Capitol means only one thing to me: a ride on the tram. "Let's get moving, Splash," my senator says in his booming voice. The tram is an underground train that takes us from the Senate office building to the Capitol. I love every second of the ride. The lurch of the car, the sound of the wheels on the track, the whoosh of the air through my fur. My senator even slips me a liver-flavored treat. My favorite. I am the happiest dog in the world. In less than a minute, the tram arrives at the Capitol. We go to the press conference on the steps of the Capitol. "We must pass this bill so the children of our country can get the education they deserve," my senator says. The crowd nods in agreement. And I sit there, very quietly, looking around to make sure that everything goes well. I know that if I whimper, or get up, or walk around, someone will whisk me away from my senator, and I won't be invited to any more press conferences. When the press conference ends, the crowd gathers around my senator. Some people reach down to pet me. After all that hard work, it's time for a little break. The senator grins at me. "Ready to play fetch, boy?" Off and running, almost before the words are out of his mouth. He throws the tennis ball high in the air, and I run to bring it back. I drop the ball at his feet and beg for more. "Woof, woof!" And he throws the ball again and again. Members of Congress on their way to meetings stop to watch us play. Visitors on their way to libraries and museums watch. Police officers, gardeners, and construction workers taking a break watch us having fun. "Go get him, Splash!" someone shouts. "Look how high he jumps!" I hear a child say. I return to the office, where I drink a big bowl of fresh water and then stretch out on the floor. All of that exercise makes the dog thirsty and tired. My senator eats lunch at his desk and prepares for the busy afternoon ahead. I do not disturb him. 2 p.m., we head back to the Capitol for our conference committee meeting. On the way, we see a group of students touring the Capitol with their teacher. I wag my tail and bounce over to say hello. Everybody tries to pet me at once, but I don't mind. The senator shakes everyone's hand and laughs a lot. The children are from Massachusetts, our home state. Before they leave, we all pose for a group picture. My senator and I then walk through the Capitol Rotunda, a beautiful place in the center of the building. The Rotunda is one of my favorite rooms in the Capitol. When we arrive at the conference committee session, I make myself comfortable on the floor. I know a meeting like this could go on for hours. At conference committee meetings, senators and members of the House of Representatives try to work out the differences between the House and the Senate versions of a bill. Today, they're discussing my senator's education bill. Since the bill would improve schools all across the country, I think they should reach a decision quickly and easily. But everyone seems to have their own opinion of the right way to make schools better, and I wonder whether they'll ever be able to agree. Very carefully to both sides of the debate. With all due respect, Senator, we cannot afford this bill. I appreciate your concern, Congressman, but we cannot afford not to have this bill. Senator, our children are our greatest resource. Therefore, we need our version of the bill. Congresswoman, our children are our greatest resource. Therefore, we need our version of the bill. On and on it goes, with one person saying one thing and another saying the opposite. They seem to be getting more and more upset, and their voices are getting louder and louder and louder. Do something. Woof, woof! They suddenly stop shouting. The room is completely quiet. Then my senator starts to laugh, and everyone else starts to laugh. I think they understand what I was getting at. Working together, cooperating with each other, they finally work out a bill they can agree on. My senator leans over and rubs me behind the ears. Good boy, he whispers. Now the revised bill will be voted on by the senators and the members of the House of Representatives. And if they can agree to pass it, the President of the United States will sign the bill, and we will have a new law to improve our schools. What could be more important than that? At 4:30, the senator and I walk over to the Senate reception room. My senator is going to cast his vote in the Senate chamber, but I have to stay behind. I know the rule. No dogs allowed on the Senate floor. But I don't like it. I've seen plenty of senators, and they don't behave any better than I do. Voting usually takes the senators about 15 minutes. 15 minutes can feel like a very, very long time. All of a sudden, I hear a familiar voice and look up at a television set. My senator is speaking. I can't stop my tail, and I don't want to. It's wagging, wagging, wagging as my senator speaks and then casts his vote. The bill passes, with 95 senators, including mine, voting yes, and only 5 voting no. If I had been allowed to vote, I would have voted yes too. Now thousands of schools will be able to give children a better education, and my senator and I helped make it happen. 45, we finally leave the office. We stop on the way home for one more game of fetch. Our family is waiting for us. We eat a delicious dinner. Sunny and I have dog biscuits for dessert. Then Sunny and I chase each other and play with our toys, while the senator prepares for the busy day that we are going to have again tomorrow. It's getting late now. Better get a good night's sleep. Tomorrow's another big day in Washington.